Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Tuesday, April 1st, 2014. It is the start of the new month, April Fool's Day, if you will. But right now we're seeing the markets trade up higher by about $4.50 on the S&P 500 E-mini chart. So markets are off to a decent little start. We'll see if this can continue throughout the day. Yesterday we did have a big rally, really on the back of Janet Yellen being as dovish as we've ever heard her, saying that the Federal Reserve can do more and will do more. So the markets really rejoiced over that, took took those words and ran with the ball, and markets had a real big rally yesterday. So any way you slice it or dice it, we're basically even a little bit higher at this point and this stage in the game. So we'll see how this market plays out today. But right now, I don't see many ill effects out there. We will have to watch and see how the market reacts going into the rest of the session. But when you look across the pond in Europe, European markets are fine right now. Last night, the Asian markets did pretty well despite some weak Chinese economic data that was released. But it doesn't seem to be bothering the markets, at least at the moment. Markets do seem like they are in bounce mode. Let's take a look at the dollar-yen chart. I think this is going to be important today. This is still holding up pretty well. If the dollar-yen starts to fall, that will put some pressure on equities really across the board, if you ask me. So we'll be watching that pretty closely. If the dollar-yen falls, also watch for a bid to take place in the gold market. So we'll talk about gold in a few minutes, but dollar-yen should be on everybody's radar today. All right, let's go off and look at some other stocks out here. We're going to start off with General Motors. Looks like Maribara is testifying in front of Congress. Looks like they have more recalls. GM under a little bit of pressure. There's a couple levels I'm watching for GM. One is $33.30. The other one is $33. So those are two intraday levels you could watch for. I believe later today we will have some numbers being released by the car makers. So just keep an eye out for that. So all the car makers could be in play today. You may see some activity in Ford. Ford's ticking up a little bit. There could be some more activity in a few others. But nonetheless, I believe that the car makers are coming out with their March numbers. So just keep an eye out for that. But GM, for the most part, is really going to trade, I guess, a little bit lower maybe. And we'll watch that one today. But remember, you have the levels there for that. If Ford Motors trades higher, watch the $16 level. There should be pretty good amount of resistance there intraday as well. Another group of stocks that are going to be in the news today, or be moving, I should say, is the casino stocks. We'll start off with WYNN Resorts. It looks like there was some news out of Macau. They reported that their casino revenue was up 13% in the month of March. I don't know how much we can make out of it, but it's generally going to be a positive for the casino names, at least at the opening bell. There doesn't seem to be all that much upside here, but nonetheless, WYNN Resorts starting out around 228 today, closed at 222. That's a pretty good pop from yesterday's close. So all of the casino names are looking pretty strong this morning. You can take a look at MGM. You see the same type of deal there. Stock closed at 25.83. It's trading at 26.46. Las Vegas Sands is another one on the list here. Stock closed at 80.78. It's now at $82.80. Then you have Melco Crown Entertainment. This is another one. Stock closed at $38.65. It is now trading at $40.19. And then you have Caesar Entertainment. This one closed at 19 yesterday. It is really not moving today. So again, most of the casino names are higher today, so they could be in play. Again, I don't see any real big dire levels for them. They all look pretty strong, at least from what I could see. And they may even have a little bit more upside once the opening bell rings if the market can hold up. We're also looking at BHP Billiton today. So BHP is in the news. It looks like they came out and made some comments basically saying that they're going to do something to boost shareholder value. So nobody really knows what it is, but they're going to make some structural. They're considering a variety of structural options for whatever that means. So basically, you got to think that they're going to try to, get the share price up a little bit. I looked at the stock today, and around 40.50 70.50 to 71 is where the stock will hit some intraday resistance. So strong name today. Stock closed at $67.77. It is now trading at $68.81. So decent pop for BHP. We'll see if they could push this up a little bit more, but so far so good for the stock. It is trading higher. We'll see if it can hold the gains, but I'm looking at resistance around $70.50, maybe around 71 intraday. That should be a place where there will be pretty good resistance going forward. All right, let's shift gears here a little bit. Let's go to the oil markets. Oil is trading up this morning by about $1. Not that big of a move, to around $1,284.70. Let's take a look at the GLD, which is a good proxy for for gold futures, and you'll see this is trading around 123.80 today. So again, I think gold is in the sweet spot here where it's due for a bounce. It's very, very oversold. There should be a lot of support around this area, so I would look for a bounce in gold today. Let's go over to the oil markets. What you're going to see here is light sweet crude is trading lower by 25 cents to 101.33 a barrel. Let's go to the USO, which is a good proxy for trading light sweet crude, and you'll see this is at 36.50, closed at 36.59. So a little bit of down ticking. This is due to pull back a little bit. Oil is due to pull back a little bit today. We'll see if that does happen. There's a lot of geopolitical events, whether it's the Russia-Ukraine situation, whether it's some more problems in the Middle East. There's always something surrounding oil to keep a premium built in there. The weather looks to be finally subsiding, the cold weather that is, so we'll see if that does start to bring down the price of crude. But anyway you slice it or dice it, I think oil at this stage of the game probably needs to consolidate or pull back. If it does consolidate over the next few days, it can trade higher. But right now, I think you still have a pretty good amount of resistance that is in place, at least for the moment. So that's something we'll be keeping our eye on. We will have one or two gap plays this morning in the chat room. They'll be posted up at 9 o'clock in the morning. So we do have a couple of gap plays this morning. At least I think we have two right now. So we'll see if we get any more. But they'll be posted up in the chat room at 9 o'clock, which is still another 20 minutes from here. But all in all, when we take a look at the S&P 500 E-mini futures, they are trading up by about 4.25 points at the moment. We'll keep those on the radar today, and we'll see how this market shakes out. Yesterday, you did have a big rally day. We'll see today if today is just a pause, or do we get some kind of a retrace back down, or maybe even move higher. I'm not really sure, but you guys all know the stocks that are in motion, and you know some of the levels. So with that said, everybody, I'm going to leave it here short and sweet. I want to wish you all a great trading day, and we will see you on the charts. Take care, everyone.